It's really quiet. It's so quiet. Isn't that amazing?
Even with Tom Brady gone in 2020, the Jets still couldn't beat the Patriots. New York has dropped 10 straight to New England, but they'll try to turn the plane around next.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go. It should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the New England Patriots. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
First game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Jets about set to go on offense, led by their rookie quarterback for 2021, the second overall pick, Zach Wilson out of BYU.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. First carry for the former Tar Heel, Michael Carter. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Dietrich Wise drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. The Patriot offense ready for their first drive, led by Mac Jones, the Heisman Trophy finalist and 15th overall selection this spring from Alabama.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other 2/3, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better in this one, too.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big playability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
Folk connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Play action. Now Wilson. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Corey Davis, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. His first career touchdown pass, you know, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Now the try here for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Throwing Jones. And a dump off to White. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. These two teams, Charles, the Jets and the Patriots, great rivals in the AFCs going back to the beginning of the Super Bowl. It's been a long time. Now, of course, in the recent memory, the Patriots, they have dominated, and that's capital D dominated. But, you know, change comes eventually, and the Jets, they've got a new coach, new quarterback. To this rivalry, you feel like it could get very interesting again in a hurry.
Absolutely, because as we learned in 2020, it's no longer Tom Brady is guaranteed to win the division because he's no longer there. And we saw Buffalo take command in 2020. So this division, more open than it's been for the last 20 years or so.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, good morning, everyone. A couple things there.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Austin Powers always defeats me because he has...
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll get this out to about the 40. 69 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. This defense for the Jets, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now Jones. It's caught by Aguilar. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. So, Charles, this game number 2 in the NFL career, this rookie quarterback, his guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things, and they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Back to throw. Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Momentum changes in the game. Momentum's such a big part of the game of football. I think every time you get a chance to use it off the power, take advantage of it.
Now a first down carry for Harris. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They hand this off to Harris. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll leave this one for White. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Jones. This is caught. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Patriots have taken the lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
On for the extra point is Folk.
It's turning out to be a pretty good 28 first play.
It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run.
But I love that. Yeah, go, yeah. Let's go.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And now out come the Jets. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Lawrence Guy able to bring him down. 2nd and 9.
This is something I believe so strongly in. There's nothing I'm more proud of my wife Jessica in 5 years.
Now Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Carter. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. They'll get this to Coleman. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here's Braden Mann now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 105 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. This defense for the Jets, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football. New England on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
I thought the Jets had a really impressive draft in 2021. They took quarterback Zach Wilson at 2, got line help with Elijah Vera-Tucker after they traded with Minnesota at 14, and then went and grabbed this man, Elijah Moore from Ole Miss, with the second pick of round 2. Plenty of targets to go around, a fairly thin receiving core now, and Elijah Moore, so explosive, picks up the first down.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Here's a give to Carter. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss on that play. And now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Now a give, running left is Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
New England on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Off the play fake, Jones. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they got to find a way to get it back together.
The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Carter's now in his 3rd year with the Jets after 4 in Washington. A dependable route runner. He makes a nice catch there.
Line of scrimmage to the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wilson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage to the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Wilson. Finding Herndon here, the completion. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. He got 29 yards that time.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Hey, we got a whole bunch of plays. We only got 3 points to take, so we're doing a whole bunch of good stuff. Let's just finish off some drives, 3rd down to red zone. Okay, simple football, we're not reinventing the wheel, okay? What do you say we say
Gurley. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Carter on the toss right. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A reminder of the surprising graces of football.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Here's Wilson to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Jets. Corey Davis, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. He's having a nice little 1st half here, partner.
And it's a 1st half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're 14. Drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Marvin Hall returning it. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And they run with Harris off the option. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Back to throw. Jones looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Blessot Austin. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They go play action now. Wilson. Staying on his feet. This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to bounce that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
On the ground, it's Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 127 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And that's a run characteristic of Damian Harris. When he touches it, he gets not what's just blocked, but he gets a few more yards as well. He's been dinged up his first 2 years with the Patriots, only 10 starts a year ago. But you have to believe that this coaching staff thinks that he's capable of bigger and better things.
Jones on 1st and 10. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. 7 yards the pickup there. From just shy of midfield, Jones. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Nelson Aguilar. His first touchdown of the new season. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. For Mac Jones, accuracy was more his calling card when folks were taking stock of the 2021 draft. But he's got a big arm as well, and he shows it off there.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance travel or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it. But he sure made it look easy there.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And that will make this a 4-point game. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. On the return, Corey Ballantyne. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They go play action with Wilson. Throw right side complete to Carter. Gets it up around the 22, but no further. Did flash the fancy footwork, but not much to show for it.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's been in a pretty good group. They actually have more yards on the ground than through the air, but both have been good, pretty balanced.
And have we ever met a coach when we've talked to him before a game that hasn't mentioned wanting to be balanced?
No, because then you've got both sides hitting the defense. They don't know what to expect, right?
Really helps your play calling, because now you're in a position.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for a sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. This is Harris. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 3rd down, a run from White. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. The Patriots send out their punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. He's going to look deep for more. And, oh, incomplete. Great coverage there. He was in the perfect position defensively to make a play on the football. And it'll bring up 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now a handoff for Gurley. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. They've sort of epitomized balance. I mean, he's thrown the ball pretty well. They've run the ball well. Got to be pretty happy over on that sideline.
Takes a lot of pressure off, doesn't it? As much as those guys back there want to throw the ball around and be the focal point, when you're able to run it well and hold the defense back from the pass rush, it allows you to throw it as well as we're seeing so far in this game.
Yeah, now they'll be looking to add to their lead here in the second quarter. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a gain of 34.
1st down, Patriots.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. No run back here for Hall, and this will come out to the 25. So here are the Patriots to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to Miami a week ago, and they've got the lead right now as they come up with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll go option to the short side. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
And Carl Lawson signed with the New York Jets in March of 2021 after 5.5 sacks with Cincinnati in the 2020 season. He was a 3-down player for the first time in his career last year. Now he gets to work with new Jets head coach Robert Saleh, hoping to double those numbers in getting the quarterback on the ground.
To try again after the sack. Jones, open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. He sets to fire deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
The New England Patriots were seeking a good edge rusher, and Matt Judon is now providing that, having come over from Baltimore. 30.5 sacks the last 4 years there. They expect him to get to the quarterback frequently in Patriots red and blue.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Uncorks one for Davis. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's the Jets punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
Let's go, let's go.
New England's offense set to go. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. He's been his typical solid and reliable self, hasn't he, Charles?
When you have that go-to receiver that you can count on in the situation where you absolutely have to have him, there's nothing better for anybody who's throwing the football. But the best part is the payoff. 2 touchdowns already. That's the bottom line when you throw the ball to a guy.
Absolutely. Not over 100 yards right now, but he does have the 2 touchdown catches. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He'll dump this off to Carter, complete. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Carter. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 42. A nice pickup there, 10 yards. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Drops it off for Coleman.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
You're on your own.
Harris. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
There's just a pile of bodies there. That's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's going to have a Patriots first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, Gardner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
You're in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 156 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Throwing, Jones. Over the middle, he's got Myers. Touchdown. Jacoby Myers, 30 yards. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or put them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Full connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Kick it away after the touchdown. Valentine to return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out fumble. And the Patriots have it. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack on the quarterback in the pocket. Now, you come to the sidelines and you knock the ball free. if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here comes the defenders.
They'll try to run with Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, they're going to run the option. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. Not be able to get off another play as time has run out. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And folks, kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right. All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Matt Judon, the former Raven, there on the tackle. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Caught right side, Davis. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Wilson on the hook up to Davis. 1st down, Jets. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. He was trying to go back to Corey Davis there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Wilson finding Crowder there. 1st down, New York. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Wilson will throw again. On the screen, this is Coleman. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there? The leg's still there. This has been a tough game. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. And a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Throw complete to Herndon. 7 yards, the pickup there. Second down and 3. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third. Wilson now to throw on third down. Out right here to Herndon. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 24-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd and 10. Wilson. He'll get this to Coleman. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. From the shotgun, Wilson. Herndon's got it complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be an occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
They go play action now. Wilson. Touchdown, Jets. Corey Davis from 13 yards out. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And Hall not going to bring this one out. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Now Jones. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On the give, this is Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Ashton Davis drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive.
Now, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while.
3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
And in Corey Davis's 4 years with Tennessee, he had his moments, but his best year was last year. Finished 16 yards shy of a 1,000-yard season and really started to look the part of a #1 receiver. He will really help Zach Wilson in his rookie year with the Jets.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Wilson.
And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Matt Judon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
After the sack on 1st down, Wilson going to throw deep for the end zone.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And the grab by Croft.
It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Going for it, it's Carter. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on down. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here's Wilson and the Jets. Down by 7, 2:08 on the clock. They'll have one play, maybe 2, before the 2-minute warning as they've got a 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Pass caught by Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's taken down inside the 30. Wilson to throw. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's Wilson. Again, he finds more. 7 yards to pick up there. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Throwing now is Wilson. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike? There you go.
That's my man, in concert.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. Jones. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And it's 3rd down. They run with Harris. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
TNT Stadium, and
now
we will not see quarterback Dak Prescott under center.
He'll lay this one out deep for Davis. And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So a pressure kick there by the young man, and that should be enough to finish this one off.
Well, he's a second-year guy now, so he says, don't call me a rookie anymore. And I tell you, he's got a bright future in this league. And kicks like that are going to make sure he sticks around for a good long while.
Points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won. And fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for the Jets, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints.